Well, listen, this has been a wonderful conference, and I'm pleased. All of the universities I know that have participated are pleased. We thank all of you that attended. Caroline would have loved it, which makes me happy. Just a few comments about what we might do next year. We're going to do this one more year. I think we'll shift emphasis a little bit because we've obviously solved the drought problem, so we can take credit for that. And except for our brethren in California, and say a prayer for them. I think I want to talk to the different universities, but I think I want to shift the emphasis because I think we've demonstrated that some type of confinement, full or semi or partial or part-time or whatever, is a very viable management procedure. Those that have used it successfully and done it for 3 or 4 years, you've got a 3 or 4 year head start on a lot of people, and that's about as good as it's ever going to get in this business, by the way. If you got a head start of 3 or 4 years over your competition, you've done well. I think I'm thinking out loud here, but maybe we'll emphasize efficiency again, which we learned a lot about that in these studies. We're going to emphasize the sustainability, whatever that is, because it starts with an S, so we're going to emphasize profitability, which is sadly lacking in this industry about 8 years out of 10, normally. And one other reason we're going to use that's profitability, sustainability, and sustainability, profitability, and efficiency goes ESP, and if we can have ESP, then we'll be good for the future. A couple other just general comments is, this is an ugly time in the market, in case any of you haven't noticed, and a lot of it is driven by overweight cattle, and genetically we're selecting for cattle that can get incredibly large. We used to have a top size of 14 or 1500, maybe 13 even. Now I'm sure that top size is 2,000 pounds or over. And that's scary, guys. And if it's managed improperly, it's really going to bite us in the butt. And I say there's, in overfed cattle scenarios, and it reminds me of '74, which probably some of you weren't born then, but we never got out of that problem till a whole lot of people went broke. They say, well, we're just almost out of those overweight cattle. It doesn't usually happen that way. And I say there's 3 phases. First, you lose your banker. Second, you lose your cattle. And third, you lose your friends. And why do you lose your friends? Because they're afraid you might want to borrow money from them. Or because they're a little bit aggravated, the fact that you help take a market and get us in a lot of trouble. And I see a lot of similarities to '74, and we did not get out of that problem till a whole lot of people just quit or went bankrupt. Let's hope it's not that way this time. Anyway, those of you who are staying over, this is a wonderful city. If you haven't seen Bauman Memorial, do it. If you have time, and go to the Cowboy Hall of Fame. I mean, that's to die for. And to all the university people, thank you so much. Probably this next one we'll go to Nebraska, although it's going to be hard to leave Oklahoma. I can tell that. But we'll talk with the people, and I think our timing will be sometime in September again. And good luck, travel safe, God bless.